Hello everyone, welcome to the case study on propeller ads. This is the first video of the series. It is not public, it is private only to premium members of Powerhouse Affiliate. Now in today's case study, I'm going to be going through the setup and showing you some of the results of my work over the past few days, setting this up and getting it ready. Now a lot of people were asking for this, so I decided to do it. I've never ran propeller ads before, so I did a lot of research before and I set it up. So I did a lot of research online. I've searched YouTube and Google as well as Facebook groups, and I was looking around basically as to trying to get a sense of what people are actually doing on propeller ads, push ads specifically, not pop ads or native ads. I already know how to run the native ads. I've done some case studies on that. But in this case, I wanted to run push ads, which are a little different. I've tried it in the air push case study, as you remember. For those of you who have been around a while, you've seen me attempt to bring back to life an air push campaign, which failed. But I'm seeing some really good results early in this propeller ads campaign, so it's going to be great to set this up. Now, I had people also ask me to set this up using BMob. So again, if you want your feedback and you want me to do things in terms of setting up ads and testing things, please just comment here in the forum, Powerhouse Affiliate Forum. I get notified every time you post something in here, okay? As well as I have people that actually work for me that come in here and answer questions, and they have experience as well. So there, you can get a lot of help just by asking. But again, this is a case study that's going to kind of dive in deep into a traffic source, and we're going to see how we can convert CPA offers easily using this type of traffic. So without further ado, let me get into the case study now and show you some of the results and how I set it up. So basically what I did first was I searched, and like I said, I found a bunch of campaigns that people were running, and basically a lot of people are running sweeps style offers. Okay, if you search any type of training online, you're on push ads, you're going to see videos about people trying to teach you how to run push using sweeps offers. Okay, now I've never been a fan of sweeps offers. I think they're kind of scammy. Now, not to say that some of the offers I've ran in the past aren't scammy, but they're just really not something that I would want to scale. They're low payout. You're kind of just biting at the crumbs of affiliate marketing, in my opinion. You're like everybody that starts with affiliate marketing seems to think that these email submits and low payout CPL offers are the way to go. In my opinion, I think it's a bad idea. Okay, so that is why I just kind of avoided it. And basically everyone's teaching how to do it on push, so you know that the competition is fierce in terms of trying to get these low payout offers to convert. On that note, I decided to run a CPL offer through Vault Media. It's available inside. I'll show you the offer. I'll show you the country and exactly what I did to set this up to start converting immediately on this traffic source. It's rare to start a campaign on any traffic source, especially a new traffic source, and to start seeing conversions within the first day that you start. Okay, so this is really, really good sign of this traffic source. Now the question will come down to, is this scalable? Can I duplicate this on other traffic platforms? Can I increase my budget here? There's a whole bunch of factors that I need to consider before we get into that, okay? So first, let's talk about the setup, and I'll show you what I did, okay? So coming into BMob, here's where we start. So as you can see, I've got the settings set here for the last 7 days. So the first thing I did was I tested two completely different campaigns. Considering that I never worked on this traffic source before, I thought, okay, well, I have experience in running CPL offers through CPA networks. I'm going to try League of Angels, which is a gaming offer, and I'm also going to try a casino offer for Germany, okay? These are two real easy submit offers that actually pay a lot more than your 50 cents to $1.50 that you're going to get from your sweeps offers, okay? So immediately I have an advantage in terms of the payout and my connections that I've made over the years by meeting these people that own these offers, okay? That is one advantage that as an affiliate, you need to network and find people that can get you these offers that are available that aren't just complete mainstream offers. Now, obviously, these are available on many networks, but they're going to be cut back so much and they're going to be brokered so much that your payout's going to be so low. In this case, I'm getting $450 for the German lead, so it's a first name, last name, email, and I get paid $4.50. So this immediately gives me a huge advantage in Germany, and in a minute you're going to see that I was getting penny clicks in Germany, okay? Now, again, League of Angels didn't really work for me too well, and I think it had a lot to do with the actual landing pages, so I'm not going to get into the League of Angels. As you can see, I sent about 300 and something clicks here on this campaign, and I got actually only 3 click-throughs on the landing page. And at the same time, I had started this campaign, and I started to see immediate conversions and results, so I figured this would be the one we'll focus on in this case study. So we're going to scrap League of Angels for now, and we're going to focus directly on the Germany casino offer and how I set it up, so you can see, you know, everything. So let's go in and check out how I set this up. So basically what I did first is I used BMob, and I set up the offer. So the offer you'll see here, I set it up by basically clicking. I'm just going to go through briefly the steps here. I'm not going to show you how to set up landing pages, all that stuff, because really all of that is duplicated content. Come in here to Powerhouse Affiliate, go to affiliate marketing website building action plan. It shows you how to set up a website, set up tracking using BMob, all this stuff. So I'm not going to get into too much depth on that kind of rudimentary stuff. I've done it in many other case studies, so let's not waste any time here. Let's get to the goods of this case study, okay? So I set up the offer here the same way you set up offers, set up the landing pages. I'll show you an example of the landing page here in a minute. And then I set up the traffic source. So this is where I'll kind of give you some details of how I did that, because this is where people usually make the mistakes, is in terms of getting the conversions here to report over to Propeller, okay? So basically what you do is create a campaign. I'm just going to come into this regular campaign that I've already set up. Now, when you're setting up a campaign on Propeller Ads, first you have to put your money in, all that fun stuff, sign up, confirm your account. But really, within 5 minutes of me posting my ads, I was receiving traffic, which is amazing to me. I really couldn't believe it. I thought it was going to be, you know, several days before I had to get my traffic. So as you can see, this is the amount of total traffic available based on what I'm bidding on, okay? In my country, my bid and everything. So I like that aspect of it. So you can see I'm down here. If I want, I can jack my bid and come up and get more clicks, but still I haven't optimized yet, which is part of this case study, which we're going to do, and we're going to see if we can scale this, okay? So coming down, you give it a name. The target URL is going to be my campaign link from BMob. So when I'm setting up my campaign, you can see I came in here and created the campaign, but you have to set up your offers, your landing pages, and your traffic source first before you can set up your campaign, okay? Coming down, I included all of these things here, and to do that on BMob, you basically come in and you set up the traffic source first, okay? When you're setting up the traffic source, go new from template, and you're gonna see the actual traffic source here, Propeller, okay? It's going to be all set up for you. Propeller push notifications. If you set that up, it's already going to have all these tokens available for you, okay? The beauty of this using BMob or any other tracking platform that's integrated with Propeller is that you can just come into Propeller and get it all set up immediately by clicking over here to your tracking. As you can see, click on that button and it's going to give you some selections of traffic sources. In this case, I chose BMob because I was basically using BMob. So whatever one you select, you can select another tracker here. All of these are available. You click on it and you go through the steps. It's really, really straightforward. Anybody can do this. And it's going to ask you for the target URL, at which point you bring in your BMob, okay? You're going to connect it right to your BMob this way. So it's automatically all set so that when you go in to set up your campaign on BMob now, you basically set up your I'm not going to save this stuff, but you go in and you set up your campaign and you're going to choose, you know, that traffic source when you're doing it. So you click your new campaign. Now you're going to come in here and you're going to, you know, pick your offers and all that stuff. And once you're done your campaign, you will have your links. So here's basically, if I click on that, campaign links, this is the campaign URL that I will use in my ads, okay? And you can see it has already all the tokens in there. I didn't add those manually. They were automatically in there when I added this traffic source as the traffic source. Moving down, so this is the link that I use on my landing page, the click URL. I'm going to show you the landing page shortly. This is all you need for your landing page, is this URL. It's going to be the same for all your campaigns inside BMob. And if you have any questions, again, on this traffic setup, like obviously just ask in the forum. There's a whole bunch of different little settings that you might have questions about. Most of those questions are answered just by going up to support here and searching. But again, all that stuff is available. And same as for Propeller, there's a whole bunch of information on Propeller. You don't have to ask in the forum. There's a whole bunch of free information already out there. So now that we know how to basically set up the campaign, let's just go back to the campaign settings and show you some of the other things here. So what I did was, like I said, I focused on Germany. So I put my target URL in here. My frequency capping here that I set was 2 per 24 hours. So basically meaning that anybody on a computer that gets notifications will only see my ad twice. The same person will only see my ad twice every 24 hours. Now, this is something that you can play with here. You can go 1 or 3 or 4, whatever you want to do. I've got it set at 2 right now. I have classic push and in-page push both selected. If you read about in-page push, you'll see that it gives you a little pop-up up here when people are browsing on websites. It's something I'm testing on both, and you'll see that I have conversions on both of these once we get into the data. Now the ad I chose, I took a couple pointers from some of the things I learned as I did some research. Some of these things that I'm doing here, I'm using little icons that have message app, kind of imagery. And I have cash picks. Cash picks, just from my experience, get a lot of click-through. People see this. Now, one thing I learned is that in Euro, and the Euros, the 500 euro is actually discontinued. So that's why I moved to the 100 euro here. And I'm going to check and see if that fixed the click-through rates. Okay. So what you can see, I've actually translated the title and the description using Google Translate. Okay. The landing page that I'm sending people to is also using Google Translate to, switch the wording around, and it's kind of like, it has to be German in this case. Now, you can select different languages or block languages later, but for now, I didn't see that on here actually coming through here. So those are the example ads. If you want to see them, there you go. Okay, now coming down, I selected here, another thing that I'm testing is the traffic options. There was something here, automatic optimization. So once you select automatic optimization, these things black out. Actually, once you save your campaign, you cannot change this stuff after. But what I did was I selected premium only traffic. This is more active engagers now, or more active traffic. This is people that are, probably just signing up to get push notifications. They're not beat down by tons of push notifications so that they, they're angry. Most of that traffic, I feel, is probably a better chance of survival. Now, if I want to scale, I could try all traffic. I could try that later. I figured I'd go right to the best traffic just to try and get this underway with some success before I, try and scale using a bunch of crap traffic that I think this will be. Anyway, so moving down, I selected the automatic optimization. Now my payout is $4.50 from the network, so I've set this target CPA at $3. The optimization started within 60 minutes, all that kind of stuff. Okay, now I selected Germany for the country, and then it automatically brought this up to tell me how much potential traffic, so I could get, all this traffic here, 4,700 clicks, whatever it is, a day, I guess is what this is. Coming down, I set my budget at 20 bucks a day. Now, as you can see, it probably recommends here that you want 30, but I just did 20 just for the start of the campaign. I just wanted to see the traffic coming in. I want to make sure the tracking's working. I don't want to, blast a bunch of money away without actually seeing some results. So I set the campaign budget at $500. This will change, obviously. If I'm starting to make more money, I'll be jacking this stuff up. Now, usually an easy way to scale is to just increase your budget and bids. But first, I'm going to look at the data before I make that decision. Targeting platform, I haven't done anything here yet. Okay, all I've done is I've excluded one zone ID, and I'm going to show you that in a second why I did that. And that's it. Save changes. Okay, I'm not going to do anything here to save because I haven't changed anything. But let's go now into the dashboard and we'll look at some of the data. So I paused the League of Angels and I'm running this one. So if you click on that in the dashboard, it's going to pull up a bunch of useful data down here, especially if you're using conversion tracking. Now today, for some reason, I'm not getting any conversions. I guess it's just an unlucky day. Now let's look at from the 1st to the 7th, and we'll set that. So you can see I got 10 conversions for a revenue of $45, and it cost me $38. Now, this is great, I find, because I'm getting free data. I'm kind of running the network right now. I haven't done any optimizations except for one zone ID. I've paused. I haven't changed any of the landing pages. I'm testing landing pages. I'm testing ads. All this data here is available to me, and I'm still making a profit. So this is the beauty. Like, this is a dream come true for people that are trying to test and find campaigns that are working, is when you can just start out and start making money immediately. You know you're getting free data. This is awesome, okay? I love it, and I think there's a lot of potential here, especially to take this to new traffic sources, other places around the internet to start promoting, okay? And this is, again, just one country. I have access to these offers. There's like 30 countries, or not 30, I guess there's probably like 10 countries that we could run these offers in, okay? They're all inside Vault Media Network. You can hit, like, we have one for Korea. I mean, imagine Korea here. There's so much traffic. I'm sure we could get some traffic from Ireland. There's a whole bunch of different offers, and the same type of offer, just in a different country, different language, all that stuff. So people that take the initiative and actually set these offers up, translate it, and run them, you're going to have success. That's how this stuff works. People that work the hardest usually make the most money. Okay, so let's just look at some of the data here that I would start with. The zone IDs is an easy one. You're going to check. These are the actual IDs of, you know, the certain zones of traffic that you're getting. I don't know exactly how the zone ID works. I'm sure there's an answer out there on Google, but I just don't care. I just know that I have to pause the ones that don't work, okay? Now, this one here cost me $6.80, and I got one conversion. Now, there's obviously, I'm not going to be pausing ones right now that are converting, okay? This is just not a bad, it's like there's so much other data I can look at that might be the reason why there's more clicks here, rather than going straight to the zone ID and blocking traffic. I don't want to block traffic if I can block devices and block connection types and all that stuff, okay? Because then I'm not going to be able to scale this. So what I'm looking at first is, you know, the obvious stuff. So I'm going to go first and look at the data. I'm just kind of showing you what I have access to right now. I can look at the creatives, and I can see which ads got the best click-through rate, which ones are converting the best. So you can see this ad right here is converting the best so far. I mean, it's still early, obviously, but for 600 clicks, I got 5 conversions. So it's about a 10% CTR. Or no, sorry, a 0.1% CTR with a 0.83 conversion rate. So it's costing me $2.50 roughly for a conversion, and I'm getting paid $4. So this ad right here is the winning ad. I would probably pause all of these, and then I would focus on building more ads like this one, okay? That's my first thing I'm going to do. The next thing, I'll look at device type. Let's see. Okay, so phone is where I'm getting all my conversions. Desktop, I've spent some money and I'm not getting any conversions. There's an obvious one. This is obviously working on mobile, not working on desktop yet. Might be an option. So what I could do is pause desktop on this campaign. If I want to run a separate desktop campaign later, I can, okay? This is ways I'm going to, you know, optimize this before I start jacking the budget. Device, let's see here. All devices are other, whatever the heck that means. That's a tough one. You can't really work with that. I don't want to block iPhone and anything yet. Other, I'm assuming, is probably, well, I don't see any Android here, so maybe that's what that is. Let's see here. Browser. Google Chrome is the browser that's converting. Samsung. So yeah, it's looking like Google and Samsung, which is likely Android. I don't know for sure. Let's just look at another couple things here. Language, you can see German is where the conversions are happening. I'm also getting some in French, so people must know the other language. The Russians are converting. Some people, I guess one person in Russia. So it could just be their settings on their browser, whatever it is, you know, but Germany is obviously the language of choice here. Let's look at the user activity. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Or actually the zone type, I'll tell you in a second here. User activity is low. So this kind of actually goes against what I was saying earlier, where I thought that by choosing the high activity traffic I would get more conversions, but in fact you can see here the low activity traffic is converting. So maybe that means that if I go all traffic, I'll still get the conversions, which is a way to scale this, okay? The high activity traffic, which is actually really low impressions, which means I'm probably not bidding enough to get that high quality traffic. Something else to test. Zone type is the 2 types. Push notifications, I'm getting all of my conversions right now are on push, and in-page push I could probably turn off and save some money there as well. Okay, I mean, only $3.50, but this is stuff that would, over time, if I'm going to jack the budget here, even these little amounts of $3.50 could turn into like 10% of my budget is going to in-page push. I need to turn that off and then put that 10% of budget into my higher bids. That's what I think. So that is the information we're going to get out of Propeller. Lots of great information. If you track your conversions, make sure you're tracking your conversions in here. It's important. Now let's look at BMob. There's more data to kind of kind of look at here. So let's look at here. Double click the campaign. What I'm going to look at here is, first I'm going to look at the landing pages. Let's look at the last 7 days for this campaign. So I have 4 landing pages now. In fact, I did turn this one down right off because right at the start of the campaign it was getting like no clicks. So I turned campaign 1 off. It's a completely different style than these 3. What I'm looking at here, there's too many columns here. I usually remove most of these. What I want is the unique visits, unique clicks, conversions is fine. Look at all these columns they put in here for you. You don't need all these. Revenue, don't need that. Well, actually, I'll put that. We'll go, don't need that. I want the CTR. I want the unique CTR, actually, is what I want. Conversion rate. This is the click views, I believe. Conversions per visit. Yeah, I don't need that right now. ROI, I don't need that. I don't need all this stuff. EPC maybe later, but I'll leave it on just for now. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Now I can actually see what this stuff means here. Unique visits, unique clicks, conversions. Okay, there. So what I want to look at here is the click-through rate. So here we have a winner, which is DE2. The click-through rate is 12.4% of people that come through click through. So I'm getting more clicks to the offer. Now, are those clicks converting? My conversion rate is actually a little less, but my earnings per click is like a fraction better. So these 2 pages here are better. So I can pause this page 3. As you can see, it is not performing. It's just brutal. So I need to pause that. And now I'm going to be getting 30% more traffic to the good pages, which again is going to take my ROI back up, allowing me to scale this by jacking the budget. So let's pause this bad boy. To do that, I need to go into the campaign. So I'll show you how I do that. Let's go home, into the campaign. Oops. I'm not real, smooth on BMob because I don't actually use it regularly. Let's just go edit this campaign. DE3. So I'm going to delete that from here. And now you can see all that traffic will now go to these pages. I'm going to continue split testing these. They're really close. The EPC on one of them is only like a fraction, like I said, less, as you can see here. 24 cents and 24 cents, but it's like 0.55, 0.66. Okay, so we'll test these ones out a little longer. So let's just give you an example of what one of these pages looks like. So click on this. I'm going to go to landings. Here we go. So let's look at this one. Edit. I'll show you what this page looks like. So here's what's going to happen. People are going to click on the ad and they're going to come directly to this page, and it's going to start loading what appears to be a confirmation that they are, qualifying for this offer. So this is a landing page that's kind of tricking people into thinking that they're qualifying their IP, okay? Now it brings them to this call to action in German. It says something like, congratulations, you have a chance to win, reserve your seat. get your 150 spins for 10 euros right now. So I'm not saying free. This will improve the quality on the CPL offer. Make sure that you understand that, because the CPL offer, if you're too aggressive, you're going to have really bad quality, and you probably won't be able to scale it anyway, even if you get this working, because the advertiser will be like, well, hold on, you're lying to people, you're giving them, you know, false information. So you can see I have 10 euros here, and it's still converting. So people are clicking on it and converting. So once they click on that, it should take them directly to the offer. In this case, it's not, because I didn't come through the click URL of BMOB, but it will take them to the actual CPL offer that you'll see inside Vault. So here's the test account that I've set up here. This is just impersonating an account here, but if I go to reporting on the offer, you'll see that those conversions are also in the network here for the last 7 days. Run report. And you'll see that I'm running the DE Cosmo lead push traffic, and I'm getting $45 in revenue here. So this is what the offer actually looks like. The best landing page that I have used this image. Okay, so when you keep your images consistent, obviously your conversion rate is going to get better. So that is probably why this is working better than the other pages, because I used this image again on the landing page. Now, what I could do also is to come to this page, the offer page, and start finding some images that I can use in the ads. Okay, so I could come here and do a print screen maybe, and capture this little guy, you know, and save that as an image, or, you know, whatever I want to do here, and put these in my ads. Okay, this could jack up my conversion rate as well. Other things, you know, I can take this girl here, boom, there's an image, all this kind of stuff. This is what I do. Okay, come in here, maybe take that as your image, anything that you think that might get some click-throughs. And you can even go on Google and search for more Cosmo Casino images, and there's probably a ton of them, like thousands of them, that you can take and use in your push ads. Okay, so I don't want to go over 30 minutes for part one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recap what I'm doing here. I'm going to make those changes inside BMOB. I've changed the landing page. I'm going to come in here, look at some more of the data. I'm going to, you know, there's all this other stuff I can look at is also inside of Propeller. We noticed that I could have paused the zone type, so I'll pause the in-page push if I can. I'm also going to, you know, look at the browser. I'm probably going to let that stuff run. I'm just going to make those minor changes. Then I'm going to actually increase the budget. So I'm going to show you actually first, quickly, the budget that I set here on clicks. So you can see I'm paying cost per click of 2 cents. Okay, that's really cheap traffic, but again, I'm also not getting paid a lot, so it works out well here. I'm still in the profitability at this point, so if I come in here, I can change my bid. I might change it up to, you know, 3 cents. See if that helps, but I won't do those until I, you know, fix the other things that I know aren't working, like the landing page. And I'm going to come in here, I'm going to pause the ads that aren't working, and I'm going to add in more ads similar to the landing page and offer that I'm running now. Okay, then I'm going to jack the budget and see what happens. So that'll be part two. We'll see what happens once I make those easy optimizations. Now there's probably a lot of questions. Now's the time to come into the forum. We'll set up the stuff now. So when you come into the case studies, you'll see inside, actually I'll show you what I mean. Here on the case studies page, you'll see that in our case studies we have this link down here, mastermind forum section. This is where you'll want to be. I'm going to set up the new one now for Propeller, and then there'll be a link to ask any questions and talk about this campaign, anything you want to see me do as I continue in the next part. Okay, thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video.